Hello, baby.
Hello, nasty. Hello there.
Hello.
I say hello.
Hello, friend.
Well, hello, little girl.
Hello, my treacherous friends.
Hello, operator. The beginning of everything.
Welcome back, my friends.
It's showtime.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 357 of the Brink of Sanity Show, part of Big Heads Media Podcast Network at bigheadsmedia.com. I am Jay. How you doing, Mark?
I'm doing good.
Good.
I don't know. I'm doing terrible. I no longer sleep very well, and now the election's tomorrow, and I'm going down like rabbit holes or black holes of just like looking at Twitter, looking for any comment possible, looking at the poll 300 times. I am losing my mind over the election. Plus, I don't sleep very well as it is, and now I know the pandemic's going to get worse, and so. Yeah, and it's getting colder out. You can't even be outside anymore because it's getting cold. This sucks. Everything sucks. I have that dreaded feeling I had back in March, April. You were like, oh my God, we're into like this impending doom. I have that same feeling again. Like this whole winter of like terribleness is upon us. And it starts basically November 1st with like Trump being reelected tomorrow and then just shit getting worse from here.
Well, that was a little bit of a downer.
That's how I feel, Jay. You asked me how I feel. That's how I feel.
All right.
That's when you're like, hey, how are you doing? And you want your coworkers to be like, yeah, fine. You don't want your coworker to be like, let me tell you how I feel.
I started doing that when my coworkers, we have a department in India, and they always go through a whole like, hello, how are you, blah, blah, before they ask what you want. I'm just like, just tell me what you want. But now when they say, how are you, I always just write terrible with an exclamation point. And it really throws them off, and we get to business a lot quicker.
How are you? The knife is at my throat. I'm going to end it. Anyway, I have the PowerPoint slide you need.
Can I get out of this awkward conversation now, please?
How am I doing? I'm rethinking whether I even want to be alive. But yeah, I have a math question for you.
Okay.
I thought of this question. I was looking at my son's homework, and this kind of question you would have had. He's in 4th grade. This kind of question you would have had. I want to see. I feel like the questions need to be updated for. I feel like things have changed now.
Okay.
So Mrs. Macy has 23 kids in her class. There are 12 boys. How many girls are in the class? Can you do the math, Jay? I know you got a CPA.
12.
Are you really? Let's try again. There are 23 kids in the class. There are 12 boys. How many girls?
12. I'm counting Mrs. Macy.
Oh, okay. It wasn't really a trick question. It was a trick question, but that wasn't the real trick.
Oh, okay.
You know what the trick is?
What?
The answer is I need more information because I have to know how many boys, how many girls, and how many kids identify as non-binary.
Are you serious?
No, but like, isn't that really where the world's going?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at this point. Like,
my son had a question. It was saying like boys and girls, and I'm like, is some parent can be like, how do we know they're just boys and girls? There are different genders now.
Are you really assuming their genders?
How do you know they've even declared gender? I mean, they're not even an adult yet. How can they declare gender before they reach 18?
Yeah, they didn't even decide yet. You're just forcing this upon them?
What, you're gonna go with the gender they were assigned at birth?
You're such a sis.
I was just reading the question. I'm like, can you really ask this question anymore? Is this appropriate now?
Yeah, everything's offensive at this point.
Yeah. And then as far as I know, no one's gotten offended by this question. But I looked at it and I was like,
I'm sure somebody has.
No one, at least in my son's school, there wasn't like a big like, I apologized yesterday. I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking about, assuming that there would just be boys and girls in this class. I apologize to all the non-binary. I am a horrible person. I will resign today.
When is this trend going to end? I really thought it was like a quick fad, but we're on like what, year 6 of getting offended by everything?
Oh, I think people have been offended by everything since the beginning of time. It's just gotten worse.
It's gotten way worse. Like
Yeah,
it's way
it has
worse.
gotten way, way worse. So if you don't go on social media, then you just don't know people are being offended by these things.
That is true. Maybe I should just stop doing all of that stuff.
I wonder if you create your own like social media like outrage account and just get outraged about things, like how fast people would follow you. Like you post that you're like some like you pretend you're like a soccer mom and you're like, my son came home and they said, well, you actually if you said they didn't count the non-binary kids, if you said that, people would be like, oh fuck you bitch. But if you said my teacher insisted that you can't just say boys and girls, you have to count them non-binary. This is bullshit. People would be like, yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter either side. You'd get people on both sides. I mean, that's just what Twitter is at this point.
Yeah, it's a pretty horrible place.
Twitter is like the worst of humanity. Is all on Twitter.
I mean, Facebook's pretty awful. They're all pretty awful.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
I tried today. I tried going on.
Acid?
No, that was yesterday. I tried going on Facebook and clicking on each of the candidates and seeing which of my friends liked each one. Thought it was pretty interesting.
And
no surprises, really. I had 16 friends that liked Biden and 11 that liked Trump.
how do you know some of your friends aren't just like? I guess did you have any friends that liked both?
I don't think so.
Okay, so I mean, like, there's like I follow on Twitter. I follow both Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Doesn't mean I'm a fan of Donald Trump. I just follow his account. So.
Right. I feel like Twitter's different though because he's kind of a spectacle on Twitter. Like Facebook is a little bit more like. Yeah.
Does he post on Facebook? Does he have a? I assume there's a Donald Trump Facebook page, right?
Yeah, I don't think he posts.
I wish it was just like him posting on Instagram, and it was just like instead of like him saying all this stuff, it was just like pictures he liked. Like this is like just offensive pictures. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to have like people for his Facebook. I really doubt has anything to do with it.
What would be too far? He'd be like, Democrats are trying to destroy the suburbs, and the picture on Instagram would be a picture of his nuts. And everyone would be like, okay, well, that was an official nut tweet from the president, and I guess that's fine now. That's what we're doing now. We're doing nut tweets from the president. Oh, there's one of his ass crack, and we're doing this, and the Republicans are defending it. Great. Okay, you can't say it's not his ass crack. We all know it's his ass crack. Why are the Republicans defending everything he does?
This nut tweet has been approved by the RNC.
It's fun. You find out like eventually, like it's like executive, like you're at work, like you're filling something out for work, and they're like, no, you have to. I'm sorry, you have to actually draw a picture of Donald Trump's nuts if you want to get Social Security. I'm sorry, what? You have to draw a picture of Donald Trump's nuts. They'll show you a picture of it. You have to trace it, and that's the only way you're gonna get Social Security. That's where we are now.
But then you get the conspiracy theorists that would say it's not his nuts.
It's actually it's the nuts of a boy that Biden has captured and imprisoned.
We have body double nuts.
Body double nuts. Did you see the thing that there's a picture of Trump with Melania at a rally, and he goes to kiss her, and the caption is who the fuck is that?
Mm-hmm.
And there was a whole thing about how they thought that wasn't Melania; it was like a body double.
Yes.
What is wrong with?
So many people actually were talking about it that I forget what news site, but it was like a legit news site that actually had to debunk it.
There's so much crap on it. I saw a thing today. It was the Twitter trending thing was, no, that's not a picture of Joe Biden on an airplane without a mask from this year. It's from last year. There's so much misinformation on there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, it's unbelievable. People are like, hey, is that a fake Melania? No, it's not a fake Melania, you fucking moron. Stop going into this void of like non-information.
But the thing is, like, politics has gotten so crazy. Like, would you have been that surprised if they like got into a fight?
Come on, if there was really a body double playing her?
Yeah, they got into a fight.
Weird.
She didn't want to go to the rally. He didn't want to look like an idiot, so he got like a fake Melania. I wouldn't be surprised.
You know, it'd be great if he got a Melania that looked nothing like her. Like, you know, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when they replaced the mom and it was just a totally different mom. They just did that, like it's a black Melania.
Or in Roseanne when they replaced the daughter.
Yeah, exactly. He's just like making out with like a black chick, and he's like, "This is Melania." No, it's not. Yeah, it's Melania. She went to the tanning booth. It's Melania.
It's always
What the hell
been.
are you talking about?
It's always been.
Yeah, she's always been black. What are you talking about? Were you racist? I don't see color. I don't need to see color.
The real Melania's back the next day. He's like, I never said that. I don't know
Oh,
what you're talking about.
but did you hear what Pat Robertson said?
No, that's the super religious guy, right?
Super religious guy. Super complete. And by super religious, I just mean fucking insane.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he said God told him two things. Do you want to know the good news or the bad news first?
Let's hear the good news is that Trump's going to win, right?
Just tell me, do you want the good news or the bad
The
news?
good news.
Okay, the good news would be I won't talk about the election result because that might be the bad news. The good news is right after that, an asteroid will hit Earth.
That's what he said.
Well, yeah. He said God told him Trump will win and then an asteroid will hit Earth. And of those two, I'm thinking the asteroid might be the good news.
Okay, so this is like him predicting the rapture again.
I mean, it doesn't matter what he predicts. He can predict Donald Trump will be reelected and ride into the White House on a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and people will be like, "Oh, well, you know that thing about Tyrannosaurus Rex didn't actually happen." Yeah, whatever. We're gonna pretend he was right.
Missed a decimal point. Might happen next year.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how wrong they are, how insane the shit they say. He said basically Trump will win, and then more than 5 years later, could be a billion years later.
Yeah, more than when you talk about years, you say more than. That's an infinite timeline.
More than 5 years later, an asteroid will hit Earth and maybe bring the end. So maybe means yes or no it will happen, and the end or not. He said the most ambiguous statement possible.
What a prediction.
What a prediction.
Just going to call him Nosferatu. Not Nosferatu.
Yes.
Nostradamus.
I'm just saying.
He is Nosferatu now.
Trump will win, and then maybe 5 years later, Trump will have anal sex, maybe with Pat Robertson in his end. Maybe. That's all I'm saying.
So he doesn't really know how predictions work.
No, he has no idea.
Either that or he knows how idiots work.
That's what he knows how to do. He knows how idiots work. That's why he's so goddamn rich off this bullshit, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a great con man.
Yes. Again, you want to hear another story?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think the most important scientists out there are doing right now? The most important scientists.
Probably looking into COVID.
Yeah.
Seeing how to beat it.
Okay, so you think the best scientists out there are all on COVID, right?
Yes.
Okay, tier 2. We'd say tier 2. That's tier 1 scientists.
Mm-hmm.
Tier 2, maybe looking into heart disease, cancer.
Cancer, yeah.
Okay. Tier 3, maybe we're looking how to beat this whole global warming thing.
Yeah.
Okay. What tier do you think these scientists are? They were scientists or researchers who finally figured out how octopuses taste with their arms.
That is a tier that's more than 5.
More than 5. Infinitely more than 5.
Yes. We have an
Could you
infinite
imagine?
timeline after 5.
Listen. I know you want to work on COVID. Just figure out how this octopus knows if it's Coke or Pepsi. If you can figure that out, then you can work on a COVID. I cannot believe, how are you doing that? I mean, hey, boss, can we drop this? Because I don't know if there's anything else that's more important than this.
We live in amazing times right now.
Holy shit. I'm sure there's some, obviously scientists look into everything, and there's a lot of scientists out there, but this looks like a kind of a pointless one.
Yeah. That's one of those, okay, you spend how much time and the world collectively shrugs.
You're like, my life's work. Okay. What we've learned here is octopuses, they don't really like too much jelly in their peanut butter and jelly sandwich. They like it more of a peanut butter dominated sandwich because they can taste. Fuck this. I quit. That's what we learned.
The other thing is, would anybody ever call them out on it if they just made something up?
Yeah. We figured out how octopuses can taste. Oh, how do they do it? They explain. And then you're like, sounds good. No one's gonna check your work because who gives a fuck? Yeah, is anyone gonna ever check like, hey, you know those scientists over there? They proved how octopuses can taste. Okay, great, yeah. Okay, you have to check their work. You have to peer review their paper. I'm sorry, what? Yeah, your job is to fucking make sure to see if what they're doing was correct. I was near the vaccine. Drop the vaccine. You're on octopus duty. Get the fuck on that.
Or you have the one scientist who makes it his lifelong goal to debunk whatever they came up with.
Yeah, like all you like the small strain of the flat earthers who are like, hey, you guys want to move on to this octopus thing? I don't think octopuses can really taste. It's a whole fucking conspiracy. There's no way octopuses can taste. I'm telling you, I am an anti-octopus taster. Kyrie Irving's like, hey, okay, I moved on from Black Lives Matter. I'm on to the octopus thing now. Nets, okay, can we all put an octopus on our jersey? What, you guys are going to be team players? Kevin Durant, come on, we're going to leave this team.
I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if something like close to that actually happens in real life.
I mean, it's really not that far away.
I think what I'm saying is I've lost all faith in humanity at this point.
And like, you're talking about octopuses and, like, tasting, and there's QAnons out there being like, by octopus, do they mean Joe Biden likes to touch kids? Is that what they mean? No, they mean octopus and tasting. No, you're saying they mean Joe Biden runs a whole sex pedophile? No, again, we're just talking about octopuses. We got what you mean. No, you don't.
Read you loud and clear.
No, you don't. You absolutely do not.
I assure you, you have got it completely wrong.
By the way, so the election's coming tomorrow.
Okay.
And so
that means we'll find out in 3.5 months who wins?
Something like that. So at some point, you should always be forced to explain your viewpoints to a little kid so you can understand just how stupid you are.
Mm-hmm.
So my wife and I were talking, and we're like, it would be a goddamn nightmare if Donald Trump wins. We're just, not that we love Joe Biden, we just think Donald Trump would be a nightmare. And our kids are like, why? Why would it be a nightmare? And my wife's like, well, like the coronavirus. Donald Trump is not going to do anything about it. And I was like, yeah. Like, it's like Donald Trump is like a Groundhog. If Donald Trump's reelected, the coronavirus is going to last 6 more years. And my 6-year-old daughter's like, well, mommy and daddy, you know that if Joe Biden's elected, the coronavirus is not going to just go away. It's still going to be here. Yes, but Joe Biden will do better with it. How? I mean, it's still a big problem.
I mean, these are very
it's just
legit questions.
Yeah, I was like, these are all really good questions. Honey, let's go to the next room. Let's think about our answer here and come back with a better explanation for our 6-year-old daughter.
You're like, you know what? We thought about it. You guys can stay up till 10 now.
like a half hour later, my 6-year-old's like, well, Mommy, are you saying that maybe you should vote for Trump? God damn, we're not going to... Fine, she's right.
He sways your vote.
Are you any anxiety over the election?
I can't tell if I have anxiety over the election or just it's my normal anxiety. I have an ear infection that's causing me anxiety. Like I have anxiety like 8 different ways right now. So I don't know which anxiety I'm experiencing at this moment.
Jay, would you do you like frozen yogurt, Jay?
It's not bad. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Would you like 10% off your frozen yogurt?
Sure.
In Colorado, there was a frozen yogurt shop that offered 10% off if you were maskless.
If you were maskless?
Less.
We have a terrible country.
It really is.
I don't want to live here anymore.
It really is. Like you're a frozen yogurt store and you're like, I need to take a stand here. And I'm going to stand with the disease infecting everyone.
I mean, I guess there's people who are like, yeah, stick it to them.
Your frozen yogurt, you really need to eliminate half your audience by being like political in the first place?
I can't believe it's turned into a political issue. I really can't.
How's your ear infection?
I can't really hear through one ear.
Okay.
It doesn't
Do you
hurt.
Do you get them a lot, or is this like a new thing for you?
No, this is this. I used to, but I haven't gotten one in a long time.
God's just like, hey, Jay, now I'm just going to fuck with you some more.
Yeah, I want you to go outside so bad, Jay. It's doctor time.
Hey, Jay, this is Jim God. That's what I say. How's the ear infection? How's the ear infection? I gave you an ear infection. I'm going to also take away, you're going to start losing hair from your arms.
Can you get my back and my neck too? Because
no, it's going to grow thicker and longer there. You got to braid it.
That's kind of what's happening right now.
That's what's going to happen.
That's
Jay,
happening. Yeah.
Jay, you're going to have a fungus infection on your little toe. How you like that?
The one I pluck?
The one you fuck or pluck?
Pluck.
Okay. Yeah, that one. Jay.
Yeah, Jim.
Jay.
Yep.
Yeah. How you like my deltoids? I've been working out.
I noticed. So you've been going to the gym during the pandemic.
I don't need to go to the gym. I work out at home. I am, first of all, I'm a god, so I can't really catch this. Anyway, I do home workouts. I use my body weight.
I mean, how can you be gym god without going to the gym?
I go to hell, Jay.
I mean, you're kind of just like home workout god. That doesn't really have a good ring to it.
Stop trying to make people think I'm lame. There's been a lockdown up here. God damn it.
Bowflex god.
Now you're just fuck. Oh. Okay, Jay. You know what, Jay? You're gonna get arthritis in your knee, and you're gonna start wetting your bed, and one of your eyes is gonna start leaking.
Peloton god.
I like the Peloton. It's a good workout. I like cycling by myself in my home. It's more convenient.
I would think so, but it's okay.
Have you seen these calves? Look at them. They glisten.
They did. Why'd you lube them up just to talk to me? That's kind of weird.
Well, I've just always glistened and lubed up just in case I'm going to have an interaction.
And
people
you
notice
shave
me
them too, huh?
I don't spend a lot of time outside anymore.
It's an interesting choice there.
Ugh. You're not okay. Fine. You know what? Your one of your eyebrows is gonna like turn gray, and the other eyebrow is gonna be all brown. And I don't know. We're gonna think of something bad for you.
See, all that time in your house alone, you're losing your creativity. It's kind of lame punishments.
Do you want to see me? I could do handstand push-ups. You want to see that?
No, I've never wanted to see anything less, I think. I mean,
You just oh
yeah.
fine.
Go work on those calves some more. You can't skip leg day.
Fine. I'm adding extra exams for the CPA. You have to take them. No explanation.
You're adding a fifth?
A fifth CPA. Yeah. Fine. Bye.
All right. We haven't talked to Jim God in a while. That was good.
Hey, do you have the ability to make phone calls?
Yeah.
You want to call Zappos?
Zappos?
Yeah, Zappos, the shoe company.
Sure.
Got to find the phone number. I'm assuming it's 1-800-Zappos, but it's you want the phone number? I have it here, right here.
Yeah.
It's 1-800-927-7671.
I'm adding them to the call.
Okay, cool.
Thanks for allowing our customer loyalty team to put a little Zappos in your day. For quality assurance, this call may be monitored or recorded. As we settle into the new normal of working amidst COVID-19 precautions, our warehouse may experience intermittent order processing delays. As a result, there could be a short hold time to get to a team member. Speaking of team members, we're working from home, so you may hear a friendly dog bark or children playing in the background. If you prefer to email, please write cs@zappos.com. That's C as in cats, S as in Sam, at Zappos.com. We'll be getting you to a team member shortly. In the meantime, if you'd like to hear the joke
I
of the
can't
day,
keep listening to this
press
lady.
Thanks. Have a great day.
I want to hear the joke. I want to hear the joke of the day, Jay.
Wait, there's a joke of the day?
You missed. They said they were the joke of the day.
Hi, thanks for calling Zappos. You're speaking with Rodney. And who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
This is Mark. How are you doing?
Hi, Mark. I'm having a fantastic shift so far, and how can I assist?
What's made your shift so fantastic?
Well, I'm having fun here. It's like workation, being in Jamaica and working for Zappos.
Is Zappos? I've heard Zappos is a fun place to work. Is it really that much fun of a place to work, or do you guys have to just say that? Like, are they listening
No,
and you have to?
is.
Like, it is. What
Yeah.
what makes it a fun place to work?
Well, the thing about Zappos is that it is very different from a lot of company. We try to be open about a lot of things here, and we are not like those companies that is just sticking to the text or the book. We try to have things very open here, and that's how the company is. That's why we are very fun.
Okay. I have a lot of anxiety. Do you ever have anxiety?
No.
Okay. Because like the let me ask you. I don't. It doesn't matter where you stand on this, but like the election is tomorrow. Is it going to be chaos?
Sorry.
Hello? The election, the election, the presidential elections tomorrow.
All right. Let me get this straight. All right. Let us get this straight. Do you have a Zappos related issue that we could assist you with?
Oh, I just wanted to talk. Is that not okay? I thought you guys did that.
No. I'm not going to. I cannot.
Can we talk
continue
about
with
something
this.
else?
A weird.
Can we talk about something else
No,
besides?
if we can only place an order right now. Are you placing an order?
Didn't you guys used to just have conversations with people?
No, I'm asking you. Do you want to place an order?
I'm not particularly right now. I mean, what do you have?
Okay. So what I'm gonna do, since that you're not gonna place an order, I'm gonna suggest that we cannot continue this conversation. All right?
What, you don't want to talk to me anymore?
No, I'm gonna end the conversation. So I'm wishing you a great rest of night. Thank you so much.
Can I buy something
Bye-bye.
to talk to you?
Have a good night.
You don't want to talk to me anymore? That makes me sad.
That was that was great.
Was that okay, Jay?
That was fantastic. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Should we call Zappos every week?
He went from so happy to so upset like very quickly.
I don't think he felt like he was in Jamaica. I don't feel like he really enjoyed the job.
He was having a good day and he was enjoying the job.
There was a thing early in the pandemic where like they said if you called Zappos, they would talk to you about anything, not just about like shoes. I guess that policy ended at some point.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh no, it was a real thing. If you look up, I'm not even kidding. That's why I said Zappos. There used to be a thing about during the pandemic because like people weren't even ordering stuff. I mean, obviously the economy has come back a little bit now, but where like they were instructed just to talk to people.
Well, that guy clearly didn't get the memo.
Let me see if I can find the thing. There was an article about this early in the
I can't even fathom calling my job workation.
Oh, okay. So here's an article. Yes, exactly. It's like he didn't sound like he bought into that at all. So here, this is from end of March. Retail therapy. Zappos offers to listen to pandemic worries. In response to rising anxiety over the coronavirus, the shoe retailer Zappos started a customer service line that people can call for anything, even to chat. I wonder if I assume it was the same phone number. Like there wasn't like a chatting line. Like I have to call the 1-800 Zappos party line or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
He didn't sound like. Did you think he sounded like he loved his job? I don't think he loved his job.
I think he was in a good mood until he realized he wasn't making a. Maybe he's commission.
Oh God, I hope it's not commission. I should have asked that. He really turned on me like real fast.
Yeah, he was like so happy and polite, and then just was really hated you.
If I could get him again, I would call him again. It was also he was like, he had to state his reason. If we're not going to talk about Zappos related stuff, the recording hears me not talking about this. I'm going to leave this call.
In high school, during lunch, me and Will would call 1-800-mattress, and we got this guy Ernie who would flip out, and so every day we would call and specifically ask for him, and they would transfer us to him. It was amazing.
That's really funny. Is 1-800-mattress still a thing?
I don't know.
Is that that was the one where you leave off the last S for savings?
Yeah.
You think they have a 24-hour line?
No.
You want to try calling?
I'm gonna look to see if it's even a thing. I don't know.
I looked it up. I want 1-800-mattress.com.
Yeah, they're actually still in business. How about that?
I imagine they're not taking calls this late, though.
No, it's probably business hours only.
You think the Zappos guy was in India?
He said he was in Jamaica.
I thought he said he was like, he felt like he was in Jamaica.
Oh.
Was he saying he literally was in Jamaica?
I thought he said he was.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be wrong. I'm hearing out of one ear right now. So we were going to do an election special, but I kind of like what we just did better.
Not doing the election special, in other words?
Yeah.
So I just sent you a link. So my wife thinks I should sleep in a swaddle.
Mm-hmm.
So look at this picture. Does that look comfortable?
Not really.
I don't know. It might be. So on Shark Tank this past week, they had this was the product on Shark Tank, and basically it's like a pressure blanket. The idea, like it's like you're supposedly it's not just a blanket. There's a compression in it, so you feel like you're always being kind of hugged.
I could see that being good. I like having weights in my blankets.
Oh, you like having weights in your blankets? What do you mean? Like a weighted, like a heavy blanket on you?
No, I don't have a weighted blanket, but like I like having a comforter on the bed just to have like weight on me while I'm sleeping. I don't know. I do find it a little comforting, like having weight on me while I'm sleeping.
So I don't even think that's weird. I think I totally get that. Like sometimes you need the blanket on you just to fall asleep, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So have you heard of the weighted blanket thing?
Yeah, I've heard of it before.
I had never heard of it. They mentioned it on Shark Tank, but I guess that was the thing also. But they say the problem with the weighted blanket is like it gets really hot under like a 30-pound blanket, and it's hard to clean them. Also, you can't put a 30-pound blanket into the washing machine without breaking your washing machine.
Right.
So this was like the idea of like some kind of like I want to have the same feeling, but something like it's not gonna be 30 pounds, it's gonna be light, breathable. I don't know. Like the reviews online are people like, this is the greatest sleep of my life. This is amazing. My wife is obsessed with the fact that also that I'm snoring all the time, driving her insane. She's like, if you slept better, then you'd stop snoring. So this is like her solution. She's like, she's on the edge about like possibly buying this for me because she wants to stop my snoring because it's driving her fucking insane.
Didn't you get the sleep apnea test?
No, I never did that. You know the sleep apnea test. I was going to do it, and then like I missed their phone call at the end of last year. And then when they called me like in January, like I hadn't used up my whole deductible yet, so it was going to cost a lot of money. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'm not going to pay $300 to get a sleep apnea test when I don't even think I have it or want to have it or want to." I don't. Do you really sleep better in this Bane mask you wear?
I can't sleep without it.
Because I feel like the problem is I'm going to either I don't have sleep apnea, which is fine, doesn't really solve my problem, or if I do have sleep apnea, the only solution is to wear this mask, which is not going to really help my sleep.
It's an adjustment period. Once you get used to it, you'll sleep, but
how long is the adjustment period?
It's different for everybody. I've heard some people say it takes a couple days, some people say it takes a couple of weeks, a couple of months. Like it's different for everybody.
A couple of months. Honey, I haven't slept since April. I can't do this anymore. So basically, my wife, because obviously we're all getting older, so she doesn't sleep as well either. So she'll wake up in the middle of the night. It's not getting to sleep, but she'll wake up in the middle of the night, hear me snoring, and be like, "Fuck it, I'm going to the other room." And so I'll wake up in the morning. She'll be in the fourth bedroom sleeping. And so this is like a running theme now, where like half the time she's not in the bed with me. Sometimes I'll just get up and go to the other room because I don't want her to have to go in the other room. there's some nights I'll just go in the fourth bedroom and go to sleep because I'm like, I feel like I'm going to sleep poorly anyway tonight. I don't want to drive her out of the room. So basically, like, it never used to be like this, but now, like, 50% of the time, one of us is not sleeping in the same bed.
Yeah, no, I have the same thing. Like, my girlfriend falls asleep immediately, but if she wakes up in the middle of the night, she can't fall back asleep. And so I've woken up to her in the living room on the couch like multiple times recently.
Yeah, I'm like, nothing's wrong with our marriage. It's just the snoring is driving her goddamn crazy.
And I'm not even snoring because I have the apnea machine, but I'm breathing loud. And even that's too loud. It's like, I don't know what to tell you. I have to breathe.
It'd be great. Like, she's like, you no longer do you snore, but now I hear.
Pretty much.
She's like, get rid of the apnea machine. I prefer the snoring. It's less creepy.
It's a lot quieter, but it's definitely. I mean, she's like, she sleeps so light. It's insane.
Does it sound like like in like the Friday the 13th movies, like they play that movie, it's like that music right before Jason's gonna kill it. That's basically the sound you're doing all night. The entire night, she's like, I think Michael Myers is gonna kill me. I can't stay in this room.
And my name's Jason.
Jason, yes. But yeah, that's our struggle. That's the struggle with the. You had that surgery though to get rid of your adenoids. What is it?
It was my tonsils and uvula and adenoids.
Oh, uvula and adenoid. I have the right idea.
Yeah.
Uvula is that's the one that helped your snoring.
Uvula is that dangly thing in the back of your throat.
Because that's the theory is that's what's causing the snoring, right?
Yeah, mine was like abnormally. I had like I don't know, like 15 years ago, I had a really bad throat infection. Yeah. And like my tonsils and my uvula swelled up like really bad. Like my throat was almost closed. Yeah. And they never got back to like normal size. Like they shrunk a lot, but they got back. The size they stopped at was like way bigger than normal. So that's why I had to like get the surgery eventually.
I mean, they say also that with like guys that like as you get older, the uvula starts sagging, and that kind of causes it. Also, I went to the doctor and said, "Can you just take out my uvula?" Basically, and he was like, "Well, that only works 50% of the time." I'm like, "So there's no fucking solution here?"
Yeah, I mean, it works sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't. I don't know.
It would really suck to have it not work, I guess.
Yeah.
Not even a guess. That would really suck. That would really suck.
Yeah.
You'd be like, I had all this surgery. So what? So I don't have a uvula now. Still snore. Actually, the snoring's worse. But no uvula. So there's I don't know. There's apparently on a different note. If you get an email saying I saw there's a new scam going around where scammers pretend they saw you naked on Zoom, and they try to like get money from you.
We talked about that.
Did we talk about this already?
Not through Zoom, but my computer's webcam.
Oh, you got that email?
Yeah, we talked about it. Me and Bri both got it.
Oh yeah, you're right. We did talk about it. Okay, well, screw my story.
I mean, I almost fell for it. I wasn't going to. I sat there and I'm like, well, what am I going to do? Like, I don't have the money to give him, but like, I don't want stuff like getting spread to my friends and family. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. If he's going to do it, he's going to do it. Like, there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
I mean, what would you do if they were like $10,000 or like, we're going to send your mom like a video of you masturbating? Like, what are you going to do? Just be like, don't open a strange email, Mom. Like, you're not going to give $10,000.
Yeah, no, I don't know. What would you like? If they had something really embarrassing on you, what would you do? Like,
well, I thought they did, and I came to the conclusion that I was just going to deal with the fallout. Like, what am I going to do?
Yes, Mom, I like to masturbate. What do you want from me, Mom? I'm not trying. I hold a job. I
mean, there's no guarantee that if you send it, they're not going to be like, cool, now send even more. You know, like, they could just keep milking you.
It'd be real creepy if your mom responded, yes, son, I like that.
Subscribe.
Right.
I mean, honestly, like, it's not like these guys have good morals. It's not like you give them 10,000, they're like, okay, I'm going to delete all your videos. Like, they could just as easily be like, send another 10.
Yeah, it's like there's some code of conduct where you're like, I paid you, and you're like, okay, you did pay me, and I mean, I may be a criminal, but I'm not a liar.
Right. I'm a man of honor.
Yeah. Did we talk about the Jeffrey Toobin thing, or did not talk about that?
Yes.
Oh, we did talk about that. We did?
I don't know. Maybe I talked about that with my coworkers.
Whatever. We can move on.
I don't think we talked about it on the show, actually.
I just found it really funny. The whole story, for those that aren't, Jeffrey Toobin was a big time, like a correspondent. He used to give his opinion on things about the Supreme Court. He even wrote a book about the Supreme Court. He was like a really like a well-respected analyst. Is that the best way to put it?
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, he was on a Zoom meeting with his coworkers, and the coworkers caught him, I guess, masturbating on the video, allegedly.
So I guess he thought his webcam was off, but he decided to masturbate during a work call anyway. Like,
that was the best part of this. I thought was that his explanation wasn't that he should like. It's best like that he didn't think the webcam was on, not that he shouldn't have been doing that.
right. So it's like, how many times have you masturbated during work meetings?
Could we cut to that like when he gets called into the office?
Sure.
Hey Jeff, so I want to know what's your explanation for this?
So hold on a second. Let me unzip my pants.
Wait, Jeff, you can't do that one. You
Oh, sorry.
cannot
I didn't
do-
realize I was. You could see me.
Well, it doesn't matter where I can see you or not. I mean, it does matter where I can see you, but we just don't do this in the office setting.
Why not, though?
Okay, we do not take our genitals out. We talked about this, Jeff. No genitals out at the office.
I don't get it. I mean, I've been doing this for like 40 years.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
You've been very successful doing. Oh, does it help you? Does it relax you?
I mean, sometimes somebody else is talking. I don't really need to know what they're saying. It's boring, and so I rub one out.
Do you want to lead like a task force here at work to teach other people how to make work better?
I call it pulling a Toobin.
I don't really know where we're going with that, Skip, but
I actually messaged my coworkers the next day. I said, I hope nobody pulls a Toobin during today's meeting.
I mean, it really is. It's also just a great last name for this.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. What else is going on?
Can you? You'd never be able to go back to work.
I feel like you can one of two things. Either you could never go back, or you could be like, yeah, that was my junk. What's your problem?
Yeah, no, you'd never be able to go back.
It would just take like, could you possibly just pull up like just have that like, yeah, that's what I was doing. So like, you've a dick, you rub yours just because I was doing it out in the open. We all do it.
During a meeting, it's unbelievable.
Be very self-righteous about it. Be like, we all do it. I'm the only one that recognizes we're all human. You guys pretend you're not at work during meetings.
He's like,
listen, I would do it if you weren't gonna wear. Listen, you weren't wearing a tie. Part of you're not gonna look that sexy and not expect me to do that, Jay.
it's your fault.
It's your fault. Is that how you're gonna quit your job?
Yeah.
Would it be great if that became a thing? Pulling a Toobin was how people quit their jobs. Oh, hey Jay, that's congratulations on getting the new job. You know what it means, though? If you're going to give your notice, you got to give it Toobin style. That's how it all works now. The only way to give notice is to expose my genitals to the office.
What?
I didn't like seeing Bob's balls, but I'm really excited for him in the new job he got.
I can't imagine what goes through your head. Like, I don't know.
What was your head?
You're in the middle of a work meeting and like, you just
Well,
can't.
do you think he had like split screen where he had like the like work and then like a porn in the background, or he's on a porn on his phone, or what do you think he's doing?
He probably had Zoom and he opened up an internet window and pulled up like Pornhub or something.
It's also great. Like this guy wrote like it was a very popular book, a bestseller about the Supreme Court and the whole behind the scenes. It's just funny. You think about these very well-respected people and like, yeah, he's probably rubbing one out right now.
Or maybe he's got a setup like mine where like my work mailed me my work laptop but I only have one desk, so I have my like personal laptop behind my work laptop.
Oh, so he's got the jack off like right behind it.
Yeah. So he can
Why,
look like he's
Jay,
looking.
why are you leaning the whole video? Looks like you're looking around us.
Right. Jay,
By the way, also on Zoom, how is he sitting where the camera like was he standing in the Zoom call?
that's true too. I could be jacking off in the middle of Zoom meetings. It only shows from like my nipples up. So like,
I mean, the joke like when people are interviewing, they always like the joke is always that you could interview or just talk to anyone. You don't have to wear pants. You have to wear like the neck up or the waist up because no one can see your below your waist.
I've been in Zoom meetings in my underwear.
I bet you have. Like, there's no one's gonna see that. What was he doing that like he was like you could see his balls?
I can only get off if I'm standing up.
I need a full listen. I'm only gonna do the Zoom call if I have a full body Zoom.
Or maybe he's nearsighted and he had to sit like 4 feet away from his computer.
Yeah, they didn't explain like would you think he was like far away? Like I thought I was in the other side of the room. I didn't think you could see me back there.
Yeah, now that I think about the whole situation, it's raised a lot more questions.
I don't understand. I want more of an explanation. I think Toobin should give a press conference explaining just like the logistics here.
Yeah, I'm really confused as to how this all played out.
Would you feel better if you like explained it, like and just said like, "Oh, I had jack off material"? Like it wasn't like he was just like jacking off to his coworkers.
He's old. Maybe he had like an old school magazine. Maybe he had like a 1974 issue of Hustler.
At that point, also, if you're old, do you just fake Alzheimer's and be like, "Oh, I thought it was I thought it was Grandma Louise, and I was jacking off to her." I don't like just something. Obviously, I don't know where I went there, but you just explain something just completely just pretend you're like, "Oh, I thought I was at home and it was a school day." Like just say something really weird, and everyone's like, "Oh, Alzheimer's." Just don't hold it against him.
Well, isn't he on like a medical leave of absence now? So maybe he did try and pull something like that.
I mean, he did pull something. Jay, do you want to make your case for why you should be elected?
Sure. I mean, we might as well. It's we haven't really talked about my platform like this entire campaign.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, Jay or Mr. Brink of Sanity is officially running for president. He ran in 2016, and the voters completely fucked us because the choice they went with was so much worse. Jay is running again. Jay's running again, and okay, Jay, tomorrow's election night. Why should all 50 states vote for you?
Because everyone in all 50 states hates daylight savings time, and I'm going to ban it.
That's a pretty good platform right there, because I don't know. It's at 5 o'clock. It got dark. That just sucks.
As you may have noticed, they completely revamped my platform, and yeah, it's going to be my number one: war on daylight savings. I know people say, "Oh, the farmers need to do it for blah blah blah." The farmers could change their clocks.
Are you taking from Veep? Wasn't that the thing from Veep?
Was it?
Yeah, the daylight savings. That was one of his things, his platforms. What's his name?
Jonah?
Jonah.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
I was just thinking of it because it just happened, but you're right. It did happen in Veep too.
Yeah, no. It is funny. It also just did happen. It also just really annoying. So I'm like, my kids are all like, there's nothing we can't at least we can be outside. Even if it's cold out, we could be outside. Great, it's dark at 5. Fuck it.
Why don't we just change it 30 minutes and call it a day?
What, you make each day 30 minutes and make the year shorter?
I mean, that would be nice too. If we're just like, hey guys, it's 2021 now.
I saw Conan O'Brien had a great tweet. It was like, I just realized this weekend we're getting an extra hour of 2020.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's ask some questions, Jay. Mr. Brink Sanity. Okay, this coronavirus thing. How are you going to solve it?
I don't think we can solve it. I'm just going to be honest.
Okay, well, I think you're just stealing from Donald Trump's platform there.
Well, I'm not going to go herd immunity. I'm just going to tell everybody that if you don't wear a mask, it's going to continue to spread, and so it's your choice. I'm putting it in your hands.
Will you give each and every American their own outdoor outfit?
If that's what it takes, that's what I'll do.
Okay.
Although I have a feeling 50% of the country would not wear the outdoor outfit just because I asked them to.
I think 90% of the country will not wear your outdoor outfit, but 50% is fine. Okay. the economy, Jay. The economy. Sorry, Mr. Brink. It was good, bad. The economy always sucks. What are you gonna do about the economy? How are you gonna help? Because right now, most of the economy helps the small 1%, and 99% gets fucked. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna do a tinkle down thing where like the rich piss on the everyone else?
Trickle down doesn't work. I'm not going to raise the corporate tax rates like Biden wants to do, though.
Oh, why not? Because the corporations seem to like don't pay taxes. How's that helpful?
Well, Trump's right in that fact that corporations do leave and go overseas if you make the corporate tax rate too high.
Well, you know what you do. Just to play devil's advocate here. When a corporation leaves America and goes to another country, you drop a nuclear warhead on that country, and then no other companies will ever leave America.
I guess
just saying that's a better method.
Or you could do the Obama method and just drone bomb the CEO of that company.
Exactly. If Jeff Bezos was like, I'm thinking about taking my country to Malaysia, and then suddenly his house has just been drone bombed, he'd be like, okay, no, I'm staying. Totally fine with staying. Just wasn't serious about that Malaysia thing.
A carpet bomb his yard in like letters that say something to think about.
You're fucking staying and now paying taxes. Okay, cool. That's great. Wonderful.
That's what I meant.
Thank you for delivering the those drone bombs in 2 days or less. I'm glad I have a Drone Prime account. Okay, let's talk about other issues. The environment. Should we get rid of it?
It is causing a lot of problems.
Yeah, I would agree. Like if we didn't have an environment, we wouldn't have that. People wouldn't be so concerned about it.
You know what we're doing? We're going metric, and that includes Celsius. You're worried about it getting too hot? Never goes above about 40.
Oh, okay. So you're changing everyone's perspective on things.
Yeah.
Have you thought about? I'm just going to throw this out there. If you're going to go to Celsius, how about Kelvin? The Kelvin scale is underused.
It's very underused. I don't know if people will be able to understand 4-digit numbers, though.
That's fine. Why should people understand how hot it is outside? But let's go back to the environment. What are you going to do about how about the fires? The fires in California, the fires in Colorado. It's a fire in my heart, Jay.
I feel like that's very close to a Backstreet Boys song.
Backstreet back. All right.
Well, the fires, you just got to have the Democrats stop burning everything.
Yes. Okay. No more. You're saying if you are elected, we will not light Democrats on fire anymore in California.
And then throw them in the woods to start the massive forest fires. Yeah.
Right.
That's got to stop. I mean, I'm putting a stop to that day one.
No more burning of Democrats in the forest. Okay, you can burn them outside the forest, but it has to be in a safe place, not in a forest.
I mean, baby steps, really.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a good way to prevent forest fires.
We're solving a lot of problems.
Yeah. Okay, so other problems. Do you believe that driving cars and using oil leads to earthquakes?
What?
Yeah. Okay. Good. I'm glad you're not falling for this this propaganda. Oil is not bad for America.
That's.
You agree? Oil does not lead to earthquakes. You agree with that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Good. So oil is good. Earthquakes are bad. No. The more oil you use, the less earthquakes.
I feel like there's a disconnect here. I'm trying to put my finger on it.
Do you believe Octopus or Octopussy should be allowed to taste? Or can they taste? Or is it a conspiracy?
I mean, I'm assuming you've read the studies.
Yes, I've read the studies. I don't believe...
I am well-versed in the most recent octopus tasting journals.
I'm fairly certain that octopuses knowing the difference between brie and cheddar cheese is Russian disinformation.
I mean, I would be so bold as to say I am probably the president that is the most well versed in the history of the United States in octopus tasting. So
Okay. Do you think? What's your opinion on Russian hacking? Should they do more of it?
they should, but they should aim it towards China.
They should hack China,
Yes.
and then China should hack Russia.
Yes.
That would keep them both hacking each other and eliminate us. You're a goddamn genius.
I would say Russia, go attack China, not us.
Okay, other questions for you, Mr. Brink. There's a lot's going to go on in the world. What brown people will you bomb?
I'm not really big on the whole bombing thing, to tell you the truth.
Oh, not like just you're not going to choose your like different sect of brown people to bomb?
Is that why he was called Obama?
Yes, that is a pretty good one.
See, these are the kind of humorous things I would say as president.
There was a George Carlin bit where he was just like, America's job seems to be dropping bombs on brown people. That's what America's job seems to be in the world these days.
In the name of democracy.
In the name of democracy.
Which we don't have.
What do you think about, okay, one of the things that's going to hold you back in this election is the Electoral College.
Mm-hmm.
What do you, Mr. Brink of Sanity, what do you think of the Electoral College?
I think it's a pretty broken system.
How would you fix it?
I would do popular vote with ranked choice voting.
Okay. That seems like a very serious answer. Can you give it more comedic?
Sure. I would give each state their. I have nothing for this one.
Okay. Listen, we count up the state's vote,
Mhm.
and then we put the two candidates. The candidate, we would put, like, just for this election, we count up the votes. Then we put one mouse with a Trump sign on him, one mouse with a Biden sign on him, and then they have to race the mice. And the first mouse, the first mouse that finds the cheese gets to pick a different electorate who gets to vote for the president. I don't know.
So you have like one of those mazes with cheese at the end?
Yeah, a maze with cheese. We have a popular vote that doesn't really matter because both mice. I guess whoever wins the popular vote gets to pick the mouse first. Gets the first choice of the mice.
We could just have a groundhog. If he sees his shadow, we get 4 more years of Trump, and if he doesn't, then Trump's over.
Yeah, it does feel like we're living in Groundhog Day. Like 2000, we're gonna wake up January 1st, and we'll be like, "Hey, there's a virus in China that's gonna." We're like, "Wait, what? Yeah, it's just coming. It probably won't get here. I'm reliving 2020."
I would be surprised if that's a movie in a year or two.
Other things. Let me ask you. I don't want a corrupt president.
Mhm.
Will you be corrupt? Are you going to use your office as president, Mr. Brink, to enrich you and your family?
I have not even been able to move out of my moldy apartment. I'm clearly not corrupt.
Okay. So clearly, you know what? We have a president right now who is a businessman. Would you say you're also a businessman?
I think to be a businessman, you have to actually make money.
Are you just running for office so you can have a different place to live at the White House?
I'm not going to say that doesn't appeal to me.
Okay. What about immigration? What are you going to do there? Are you going to put kids in cages? Are you going to separate families? Are you going to let everyone in? What are you going to do?
That's so passe. The last 2 presidents have both done that. I feel like I'd just be copying them if I did that.
Okay, what's your plan for immigration?
I'll just be like, hey, why don't you come over legally? And if not, we have a catapult.
What about, I have an idea for you.
Mhm.
The hot ones get in. We put like a left. We go like, hey, attractive immigrants can stay. Not attractive immigrants have to leave. Would that be better? We beautify America.
Make America beautiful again.
Yes. Who doesn't like hot immigrants?
The thing is, you probably need a panel of judges because everyone has different tastes.
Yeah. Okay. You could put that together.
Because like, what if one person's just like not into Guatemalans?
I'll tell you. You know who's going to be the head of that panel?
Hmm.
Jeffrey Toobin. You know
Yeah.
he's ready for that.
He's been practicing his whole career.
Listen. If you can make Tube do his Toobin thing, you get to stay.
Sorry, Toobin's not whacking off. He can't stay.
No, he's not. He's not pulling his tube. You're apparently pulling back to Guatemala. Did we hit all the major issues? Is there anything else, Mr. Brink? We did education. How are you gonna make our kids? Our kids are stupid here. How are you gonna make our kids brighter? What are you gonna do?
Well, we're doing away with that math thing where it takes 14 steps to do one multiplication thing. That's going.
Okay, so less steps for math. Anything else you're doing here?
I mean, I think we should pretty much redo the entire education system.
Okay. Are you gonna do it so you get your own education?
I mean, first of all, everyone's going to teach me how to set up audio so we can do Twitch streams.
We're trying to do a Twitch stream with this show. We can't figure it out. Jay's our tech guy. I have no idea how to do anything, and apparently Jay only knows slightly more than I do.
I must have spent 10 to 12 hours this weekend trying to get this, and it's still not working yet.
If you're one of our 2 listeners and you use Twitch or know how to use Twitch, Jay is having issues trying to record the audio for Twitch. We're trying to do it so me and him play video games and to have our witty list banter. We're gonna do a Twitch stream. If you'd like to see that, find someone that can help Jay with the audio issue.
It'll basically be like what you just heard, only you could watch us play video games at the same time.
Yes, exactly.
We did a practice run and it came out funny, but Mark's audio didn't record.
So we just had Jay being like, ha ha ha, that was funny. Ha ha ha, that was funny. Not as good as actually hearing both sides of it.
Yeah. Or me asking questions and then you not hearing the response. That was good too.
Yes, pretty much. You want to go to Facebook questions?
Yeah.
Okay. Andrew writes, by the way, where the hell's Bri tonight?
I have no idea.
Bri doesn't sleep anymore. Bri, if you're listening, please try to sleep.
I think he sleeps from like 9 to 2. And that's
So-
pretty much it.
He wakes up at like 2 or 3 a.m. every night. So I read about this thing. There's apparently a type of insomnia that eventually kills you, where basically slowly you basically just stop sleeping. Like you sleep less and less and less until basically you just drop dead. And I'm like, does Bri have this rare disorder?
I don't know.
Okay. Andrew writes, why did Mark pick the Jets over the Giants for a football team to support? I'm a Met fan, and somehow I feel like you're a Met fan. You also choose the Jets. You choose all the underdog shitty teams.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
usually like Mets, Jets, Islanders.
Right. You're like the Giants. You're like, I like winning. I'm the Yankees, the Giants, the teams that are well run.
Mm-hmm.
That said, the Mets, Stevie Cohen, and his $13 billion have bought the Mets. The Mets are going to be awesome going forward. Andrew writes, do your best Donald Trump impression.
Do you want to go first?
Obviously not. I'm waiting for you.
This is going to be the greatest podcast. We're going to we're not going to let in any brown people into the podcast. It's going to be very great.
It's
No.
going to be. I can't even do it.
No podcast in the history of podcasts has ever done what we're doing.
That wasn't bad, actually. I can't even follow you. That was pretty good, actually.
Well, thank you.
Could you do them for the show? Keep going a little bit.
How about I'll answer the next question like that?
Okay. Andrew writes, what will comedians do for new material once Trump is no longer president, either next week or in 4 years?
The whole plan was to talk like this, and now I can't because I'm not president anymore, and it's irrelevant. I don't know what to do about that.
I have to say, you really aren't that bad. You should think. I mean, like, it's not like. I mean, all the impressions on the show we do are terrible anyway. What you should do that. That's pretty good.
In a show of terrible impressions, that might be one of the better ones.
That might be the best impression we've had ever on the show. Ever on the show.
I don't know if I should feel complimented or like sad.
I mean, the bar is not very high when this is my impression of pretty much everyone. Mr. President, can I ask you, why does Joe Biden suck? Tell us about Joe Biden.
Joe Biden's got all this corruption. I don't have any corruption. I probably have the least amount of corruption out of any president in the history of the universe. If you added up all the multiverses with infinite possibilities, I'd have the least amount of corruption.
Hey, Mr. Trump, you last election, you apparently paid off a porn star not to talk about her affair she was having with you. Who are you paying off for this election?
Never happened.
Okay, because that's pretty awesome. I was going to vote for you just because you nailed the porn star.
What you're asking is very mean.
I know, but I'll vote for you if you admit you were nailing the porn star. I'll vote for you.
This is a nasty question. I don't even know why you're asking that.
I'm just saying I'll vote for you if you can admit you were just nailing. Fine. Okay. Does Hunter Biden? Is Hunter Biden corrupt?
See, that's a good question. You should keep
Okay.
asking questions like that. Good job. You're doing a very good job today.
Will Joe Biden end the suburbs?
Yeah, he's going to bring all these, rapists and murderers into the suburbs by bus. He's going to do busloads of, the brown people that rape and murder, and suburbs are going to be gone. Suburbs as you know it will be gone forever.
Are you sure that's his policy? His policy is to bus in rapists to the suburbs? That's like his platform?
Check his emails if he didn't delete them already. If you can't find them, that means he deleted them.
Do you think if we elect Joe Biden, it's really going to be Hillary Clinton's going to be president?
No, she's going to be locked up in jail. I'm going to do that day one of my presidency.
But you've been president for 4 years. Why don't you ever lock anyone
Fake
up?
news.
You keep talking about
Fake news. She'll be locked up.
if you're president, I guess you already are. Are you ever going to lock up Andrew?
Why would I lock up Andrew? Break Your Sanity is a great podcast, and he's like the only listener. Him and Lorenzo are pretty much the only people left. Why would I lock them up? Are they brown? Wait, are they brown?
Hey, Donald Trump. Hey, Mr. Trump, can you make crypto go up in price? I want to make some money.
I need to buy some first, and then it'll go to the moon, because everything I touch turns to gold.
Why does everything go bankrupt under you? Like the country's going bankrupt under you. What's with that?
Greatest economy in the history of everything.
Oh,
Aztecs built cities of gold. My economy's better than that.
So basically, America's made of gold since you've been president.
Exactly.
Okay. Hey, which of your daughters can I bang?
What do you mean? I only have one daughter.
Are you sure it's only one?
Pretty sure. Two sons and a daughter.
What's the deal with you don't even count Barron?
Who's that? I was busy with Stormy.
Okay. Hey, is your wife is Melania? Is she are there multiple Melanias? Are there body doubles?
See, now you go asking nasty questions again.
Okay.
There's only one. There's only one. Supermodel. I only bang supermodels.
Do you would you bang Sarah Palin?
Sarah Palin's pretty milfy.
Okay. What about Ivanka? Do you bang Ivanka?
Would I? You're asking as if I haven't.
I didn't think you had, but now I think you did, based on your response.
Fake news.
Okay.
I never said that. that.
Why do you hate the media?
Media's very mean. They ask nasty questions. They're never nice. They should talk to me like they talk to Sleepy Joe.
Do you think you could do our whole Twitch show as Donald Trump?
I should get a Trump mask and just play games like that.
I don't know. I kind of want Donald Trump to be re-elected tomorrow, just so you'll do the voice the rest of the. I think you do this voice the rest of every episode now until I'm tired of it.
But like, Bri J's been replaced. He's only going to talk like Bri will love this. This is totally up Bri's alley. He loves it when we do impressions.
I thought you were serious for half a second. Bri's be like, "Oh fuck it, I'm just gonna go back to not sleeping." It's like I'm staying awake for this shit. Ghost Dog, we're out of here. I think that's all. Do we have any emails?
Yeah, Lorenzo writes, "Hey guys, let's say your partner works in a small office setting with a mix of single and married men and women. And let's say there's this guy, Billy, same age as you and married with a family. One day your partner comes home and says, Billy has invited us to his place for dinner with him and his wife and kids. Thoughts? And there's no possible way the opposite can happen, right? One of you asking a female coworker, married or single, to have dinner with you and your family."
Okay, so she has a male coworker who said, "Why don't you come over and have dinner with our family?"
Mm-hmm.
And I guess he's like, you can't do the reverse. I can't be like, oh, I have a female friend at work and her family's going to come over.
Right, that's what he's saying.
But that guy's doing the same thing. That's what that other guy's doing, right?
Yeah, that is what he's doing.
Okay, I guess the first question is, do you think it's like, is it weird that the guy's doing that? I don't think it's that weird. I don't know. What do you think? Like, okay, first, basic question. Is your significant other, is she allowed to have male friends at work?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I agree. I don't have an issue with that. It'd be weird if she just had like one best friend at work and just always talked about that guy. That'd be weird, right?
Yeah.
That
actually happened to me when I was dating somebody else, and she ended up marrying that guy.
Ah, okay. Well, yeah, there you go.
The whole time I was like, yeah, you're going to totally fuck him. And she's like, no, we're just friends. I'm like, no, you are. And then she married him.
Yeah, so is it weird that, well, what if she was like, oh, they're going to, like, what if they have kids similar age? Because the kid thing, you're always looking for, if your kids are similar ages, then they would like, oh, my kid can play with another kid. That would make sense for them to get together.
I don't think it's a big deal because it's like family with family. If it was like just a guy, like
obviously it'd be if my wife was like, hey, my male coworker just wants to get drinks with me. Is that cool? I'm gonna go bang him. That wouldn't be so good.
Right.
But if it's families, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lorenzo, I think you're overreacting.
Or if he's like, yeah, my single male coworker invited us to have dinner with him without you.
Well, what if your wife, what if your girlfriend Jay says, hey, Pete at work, real nice guy. He's single. For the holidays, he doesn't have anywhere to go. Can we invite him over?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a different situation.
Okay,
that's fine.
What if she's like, not the holidays, just like, yeah, he's a nice guy. He's a little lonely. It's not the holidays or anything. I just feel like he doesn't do a lot in the weekends. Why don't we have him come have dinner with us? Is that totally fine also?
Yeah.
Okay. What if she's like, hey, I'm going to oil Pete up. Is that okay?
Pete hasn't had his dick sucked in a long time. I just, wonder if I could help him out a little bit.
He needs that, okay? He's backed up. Yeah, I guess if it's families, I don't think it's a big deal. Like, yeah. What's Lorenzo's next email?
No, actually, this email's from Pa.
That email wasn't Lorenzo?
That last email was.
Okay.
This one's from Pa. He writes, just listen to the whole episode 145 with Drunk Tommy and Leon. Excellent. One of my favorite episodes. Question, is Tommy still alive? So I don't know if you remember, Mark.
I don't think I was on this episode.
You were not on this episode. This was with Leon and Drunk Tommy, and they got into a physical altercation during the podcast.
I think you've talked about this before.
Yeah.
What was the basic issue? Say not everyone listened to episode 145. What happened?
We were just doing the episode, and Drunk Tommy got really quiet, and then Leon called him out and said, well, what are you doing? You're not talking. And he goes, my brother just died. And Leon goes, no, he didn't. You're lying. And then they just started swinging at each other. It was so weird.
That is, well, did you find out, did his brother really die?
I don't think his brother died. I think he did make it up, and Leon somehow knew that he was making it up.
Well, it's just so weird that you would keep doing the episode if your brother just died.
Well, the funniest part was that Leon lived basically around the corner at the time, and his girlfriend was watching, because that was when we were doing live webcam streams. Yeah. And so she's watching him get into a fight, and she like ran over, and like my door was buzzing like a minute later.
That's really funny.
So to answer your question, Drunk Tommy is alive. I believe he moved out of Astoria, and he is now married. So
wow.
Happy ending for Drunk Tommy.
Was that a good episode?
I have no idea. It was a little. It was a lot going on. I don't remember if it was. I mean, it's one of Pa's favorite episodes, so I guess it was a good one.
140. Oh, I'm gonna go back and listen. That sounds like an interesting episode. Why not? Better listening to like the politics stuff.
I mean, there's not many podcasts where the co-hosts try and beat the shit out of each other under the guise of a fake dead brother.
My brother died. You don't even have a brother. Now I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one of the weirder experiences I think I've had on this show.
That's really, really. Who was Tommy?
Tommy was like a guy who worked with Liana. We went out a few times.
Okay.
Since we all lived in Astoria, like we went to bars a few times together, and he said he wanted to be on the podcast, and
No, that makes sense. I just want to know in context who he is. I don't think I've ever met him, so I was just curious.
no, I mean I only hung out with him like a handful of times, and that might have been the last time I hung out with him.
How's Leon doing?
Not great.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
is anything?
I mean, I don't know how much dirty laundry I should air on the
Yeah,
podcast.
I don't need. I just figured you'd say, "Oh, he's good," blah blah blah. If it's not so great, you don't have to talk about it on the show.
Yeah.
More emails?
Yeah. Lorenzo writes, "Hey guys, what are your thoughts on the following? In Australia, there are kids about 5 years old who have never left the country and whose parents are Australian and they have American accents. I assume this is from watching too much TV. My nephew had it a few years back, and I ran into another one just yesterday. Isn't that the wildest shit?"
So there's the kid's 5. He's never left the country, and he's an American accent, presumably from watching too much American TV.
Yeah, I'm guessing his parents still have an Australian accent, but the kids don't. Yeah, it's got to be TV or video games.
I guess, but I feel like you get most of I mean, I guess it depends on how much TV you're watching, I guess, but like most of your like interactions are like with your parents up to that age.
I mean, some parents really just sit their kids in front of the TV and don't really parent, so...
Yeah, I mean that's totally. I guess that's true. Also, I would just think you're going to sound like your parents because you talk most of your conversations with your parents.
Yeah, it's probably one of those parents that just sit their kids in front of the iPad the whole time, and
Parents of the year.
that's what they get.
They're nice to see Australian parents are just as shitty as American parents. Thank you, Australia, for making America feel a little bit better about itself.
And last email, hey guys, what is an item you have to buy rarely, but when you go to buy it, you think to yourself, holy shit, why is that thing so expensive?
Oh, when you I don't know why, but when you went to item you buy rarely, I was like condoms. I rarely buy condoms, but when I do, but then obviously they're not that expensive. I don't know why my mind immediately went to condoms.
I was thinking batteries. Like, you ever need like one of those circle batteries for like a scale or something, or like a clock?
Don't you hate when something breaks and you discover there's a new battery you never even knew existed? You're like, you have to get an E battery for that. There's an E battery? Apparently I just learned something. Great. I have to figure out where the hell they sell this.
Do we really need all these kinds of batteries, or is it just like the battery company? Like, I think we're being scammed. I feel like everything should be able to run on the same battery.
Yeah, can they all run in AA? So do we even need AAA? Like, just if it doesn't fit a AA, make it bigger.
Right.
What's something that's more expensive that you find more expensive?
Like a vacuum cleaner?
I mean, I mean they're priced pretty appropriate. Like a vacuum cleaner is like $100?
I mean, I guess it's also something that you buy like once every 10 years or something. So
yeah. What else do you buy that's more expensive than you would like?
Well, Lorenzo writes, my example is bins, like a bin you have in your kitchen, 2 foot high by 1 foot wide. In Australia, they call garbage cans bins. I don't know why, but these things are so pricey, about 100 Australian, 70 US dollars. Holy crap.
Honey, we're putting the garbage on the floor now.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, why can't we just use a bag and just leave the bag? And that's really expensive.
When I lived at Bry, we borrowed a shopping cart, and we just put the garbage bags in the shopping cart in the kitchen.
What the hell's wrong with you?
It was a garbage apartment, so we figured
Yeah, sometimes I find like this is an item I buy a lot, but like when you buy like fruit, like you buy apples or like grapes, they're more expensive than I'd like.
It depends
Eh,
on the fruit, yeah, because like my girlfriend buys dragon fruit, and they're like $1 something, $1.25 each.
I don't know. I like apples. I like the Honeycrisp apples. And you go to the store, they're like $3.99 a pound, and I'm like, one of them weighs like a pound. This is absurd. And I get grapes. I'm like a big thing of grapes. I'm like, oh, they're like $6 for the grapes. I'm like, what do I look like, Rockefeller? I'm gonna pay that much for grapes? They're fucking grapes. I hope one day to be rich enough where I'm like, yeah, I don't mind dropping like $30 for apples. It's fine. I'm rich.
How rich are you? I am. I don't care how much grapes cost. Rich.
Exactly. Oh, I'll take the organic cherries. Don't worry, I got the money.
That is it for emails today.
There's no email about a great moment in Brink history. Lorenzo, I am disappointed.
Oh, printer ink. Printer ink is
Oh,
insane.
yeah. Well, that's how they make their money. They're like, yeah, the printer, it's like $50. Oh, cool. Ink 60.
I
Ink's
know.
more in the printer? Yeah, ink's more in the printer.
Yeah. God forbid you accidentally like print a page with a lot of color on it. It's like, oh, that's a $30 piece of paper I just printed.
Yeah, exactly. Anything else that's too expensive? I mean, everything's too expensive, but anything in
Yeah,
particular?
we're living in a period of hyperinflation right now.
I mean, I do think like just food wise, you go to Whole Foods and you're like, what the fuck? Who can afford this shit?
Yeah.
But what else? Anything else that's like ridiculously expensive?
I think movies, going to the movies.
Yeah, that's why I started this pandemic, so I don't have to go to the movies anymore. Yeah, no, that's really expensive. Like, going to a Knicks game is absurd.
Yeah.
Going to any sporting event is ridiculous now. how much
Any
it costs.
entertainment thing, really.
Yeah. Like, you want to go to like if you want to go to a Broadway play, which is not happening anymore, like those tickets are ridiculous.
The problem is there's so many rich people that they're going to sell out anyway.
So people are like, oh, all these people are going to leave New York City. All the rich people are going to leave New York City. Great. Make New York City affordable again.
Yeah.
Is it going to be so bad if a bunch of like, if all these people that make a lot of money leave?
Problem is, I think it's just going to be just the rich people left.
Oh, you think like all the poor people are going to leave and all the rich people are going to be like just still here?
Yeah.
Like, so for yeah, I don't know. Awesome.
Yep. Cool.
Is that your music?
Uh,
Oh, is that Alexa off? Yeah, I put an Alexa down here. It's a great idea. I just bought a second one. I don't know why we bought a second one. It was like the Amazon deal. Like I was like, oh, they have a new advanced Alexa, which I don't know why. So we have one upstairs in the kitchen. So I bought this one downstairs. The other day, I woke up in the morning. I came down to the kitchen. I'm in the basement, by the way, just for like. There's my floor. House has 3 floors. There's the basement, main floor, and second floor. I come down to the kitchen. I hear something. I'm like, what's that music? What's that? Is there someone talking? And it seemed like my Alexa was on all night in the basement. I don't know what I mean. I'm not getting really getting charged for Alexa being on all the time, so I don't know what. But apparently Alexa was on all night.
what is it doing?
It was at some point. I think I had said. Because I had the upstairs one called Echo, and this one's Alexa, and I'm going to I have them different names. Like there's a wake up name, and so I think, but I keep accidentally calling the one upstairs Alexa instead of Echo, and so I accidentally keep turning on the one down here, not realizing the one down here is on, and then just leaving it on.
Gotcha. What are you doing with it?
I guess you can ask it to play music. I could be like, what band do you like? What shitty band do you like? Alexa, play Dandy Warhols.
Is it doing it?
Can you hear it?
No, I can't hear it.
Okay, it's the other end of the room. I can hear. I can tell you I'm hearing shit music from the other end of the room. Alexa off. You could also have it give you like a news brief. You could have it do a timer for you. You could have it, if you have smart lights in your house, you could have it like turn on and off the lights, which I don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's not like It's only good in the sense of like you can have it play stuff like music hands free. You actually can have it. You can actually, if you had Alexa at home, I could say, "Hey Alexa, call Jay," which apparently now it's going to try to do. Jay, call Jay. No, not Jay Weinstein. Different Jay.
Now you're arguing with it.
Yeah, Alexa off. It's just an annoying. I'm gonna. Shut up, Alexa. Alexa off. Holy crap.
I had
Anyway.
I had an Echo and I never hooked it up, and then I just sold it.
How much you sell it for?
Like $50.
No.
Yeah.
The new one costs like 30.
Well, then I ripped somebody off.
I don't know. Like the new one, like the third generation was $30. Like, and you're getting one under $50 for the first generation, or like an older edition.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I got less than I thought. I don't know. I don't remember.
Whatever. But they're kind of helpful if you don't. It is kind of cool just to be able to put on music, which is like just saying it as opposed to like looking for it on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
And you could ask it questions. I want to ask it math. I don't know why I want to ask it math. It's more than anything. It's a fun thing for my kids to play with.
Did you say, hey, Alexa, where are you sending all my personal information?
I was just going to say, the benefit, Amazon's listening to everything I have to say, so fuck them. Some guys at Amazon's like, stop listening to the Kaplan household. It's really annoying. Plus, the dad, I think, talks about pedophiles all the fucking time.
I got Alexa. Now I'm on an FBI watch list.
Again, it was I had this show, Brink of Sad. Oh, just arrest me.
Sir, we found this top 64 bracket, and I think you have some explaining to do.
Everything on it just frightens us.
So pedophilia beat out your kids, huh?
Yeah, we see this thing, pedophilia versus your kid. Can you explain this, sir? Again, there's like 330 hours of this show you could listen to. You're not going to listen to it. Fuck, even I'm under investigation. You won't listen. No one's going to listen to our show. By the way, do you want to point out for everyone that when Donald Trump was elected president, we made a website called, or a Facebook page called Donald Trump Happened. There was also a website. One of our other friends had said it was a good idea. Then he immediately backed out of it. Anyway, how many followers does the Facebook page have now, Jay?
Almost 1,300.
Yes, Donald Trump Happened Facebook page has 1,300 Facebook followers. We have not posted on this site in 4 years.
And it's not like we got them when the site was active. I get like 50 notifications a week. I don't know how to turn them off. I just every day it's just like 5 people joined today. It's just rubbing it in.
How? I don't know how, but like, I guess you're a Donald Trump fan. Your friend, like, you're like, Eddie, your friend also likes Donald Trump Happened, so you keep looking at it also, and organically, if we were posting on that site, it'd be at like 50,000 followers.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that would be the most successful thing we ever did.
Yep.
We should have made a pro Donald Trump website.
You know what?
Facebook.
We haven't updated it, and I still think it's the most successful thing we've ever did. I think it has more followers than all of our other sites.
Okay, with that, any prediction for tomorrow night's chaos?
Everybody's going to be pissed off. We're not going to be anywhere close to a resolution by tomorrow.
When do you think we will know? Not who's going to win, but when do you think we will know who the winner is?
I think 2 weeks.
Okay, so 2 full weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it will on the night of the election, no matter who is up, will Donald Trump declare he's the victor?
Yeah, if he's down by 20 points, he'll still say he won.
Okay, and who's going to win, Trump or Biden?
I think it's going to be Trump.
Okay, so you're yeah, I think you're probably right. Is your family? So your family's all Trump supporters, right? Except for your dad.
Yep, my cousins, my aunt, uncle, mom, sister.
Oh my God. What is their explanation for still supporting him?
They have like the worst reasons. I'll be like, why are you going to vote for him? And they'll be like, well, I don't want to vote for Biden because he's going to raise taxes on the middle class. I'm like, well, Trump did that actually. And like, well, Biden will raise it more. And I'm like, but he's not. And they'll be like, okay, well, I also don't want to because he's going to stack the courts. I'm like, no, that's literally what Trump just did. And they're like, well, Biden's going to do it too. And I'm like, but you're voting for the guy who's doing all these things under the guise that somebody else might do it. Like, it doesn't even make sense.
Are they upset about the violence in the streets that's happening under Trump?
Yeah, but that's all Democrats' fault.
What do they like his handling of the coronavirus?
They think he did what he could.
Okay.
I don't get how.
He could have done less, really.
Yeah.
If he had just said on February 1st of this year, said, I'm going on vacation. I'll see you in November. That would have been as helpful as what he did for the virus.
They're like, well, Biden called him xenophobic when he closed the borders. And I'm like, yeah, but he wasn't president. So, like, that's a completely irrelevant statement.
Yeah. Okay. I can't even get.
It's
Okay.
annoying.
What did we learn today, Jay?
Well, we didn't learn how to fix the audio on Twitch.
No.
We learned that we might have one halfway decent impersonation.
Yeah.
And we learned that we're going to have no resolution tomorrow.
Okay. Why wasn't Donald Trump end the show for us?
I think that was the greatest podcast in the history of podcasts. It was huge. It was
Awesome. Okay. 4 more years. Let's do it.
Bye, love.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. It's all over. Goodbye. It's time to go. This is the end. Say goodbye. Go away. I'm gonna leave you. It's the end. Goodbye. Goodbye. Just leave me alone. Feels so good to say goodbye. I'm sick and tired and I'm saying goodbye. Goodbye, girl. Goodbye, 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 everybody.
I got an email saying I'm, you know, how you get like jobs you might be interested in?
Yeah.
Mail sorter. I think that's a low moment in my life.